Did you know that nearly 60% of leaders feel undervalued at work? Shocking, right? Despite their hard work and dedication, many leaders struggle to get the recognition they deserve. This feeling of being overlooked can lead to burnout, disengagement, and even a drop in team performance. In fact, when leaders feel unappreciated, 70% of their team members also report feeling the same way. Why does this happen? Often, leaders are so focused on supporting their teams that they forget to advocate for themselves. But feeling undervalued doesn't have to be the end of the story. In this video, we will dive into the world of leadership and explore how to handle this silent struggle. You'll learn practical strategies to reclaim your value, build stronger relationships, and foster a culture of appreciation. From understanding the impact of feedback to developing resilience, we'll cover it all. Join us on this journey to discover how you can transform undervaluation into an opportunity for growth. Let's turn those silent struggles into powerful stories of success. Chapter 1. The Invisible Weight. Understanding undervaluation. Being a leader can sometimes feel like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. You're making tough decisions, supporting your team, and yet, you often feel overlooked. According to a Gallup study, 50% of employees say they don't feel valued at work. That's a staggering number. When leaders feel undervalued, it can lead to burnout and decreased motivation. Understanding this feeling is the first step to overcoming it. Leaders must recognize that undervaluation isn't just about recognition. It can stem from poor communication or misalignment of goals. Sometimes, teams forget to express appreciation. According to research from the American Psychological Association, feeling appreciated can boost employee performance by 12%. So, how can leaders change this narrative? It starts with self-awareness. Reflect on your contributions and understand your value. Take a moment to list your achievements. Acknowledging your own worth can boost your confidence. Remember, self-valuation is essential before seeking validation from others. Next, don't shy away from vulnerability. Sharing your feelings with your team can build trust. As Brené Brown states, vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Open up about feeling undervalued and invite dialogue. This can help foster a more connected and appreciative team dynamic. Lastly, keep an eye on team dynamics. Are your team members engaged? According to a study by Gallup, only 34% of employees feel engaged at work. This statistic reveals a bigger issue. If your team is disengaged, it could contribute to your feelings of being undervalued. Addressing engagement can help change the entire atmosphere of the workplace. Chapter 2. From Shadows to Spotlight. Reclaiming your value. Once you've acknowledged your feelings, it's time to reclaim your value. Start by setting clear expectations. Communicate your goals and the impact of your work. This way, your team understands how your contributions fit into the bigger picture. Next, seek regular feedback. Create a culture where feedback flows both ways. Ask your team how you can better support them. This not only improves your leadership but shows that you value their input. Feedback is the breakfast of champions, said Ken Blanchard. A simple check-in can make a world of difference. Consider implementing a recognition program. This doesn't have to be elaborate. A simple shout-out during meetings can uplift spirits. Celebrate small wins to remind everyone, including yourself, of the value being added. A study from the University of Massachusetts found that publicly recognizing achievements can significantly increase morale and productivity. Another effective strategy is to share success stories. When you achieve a goal, narrate the journey and celebrate the team's role in it. This not only reinforces your value but also showcases the team's contribution. It creates a shared sense of achievement and fosters appreciation. Lastly, don't hesitate to network outside your organization. Join leadership groups or forums where you can share experiences and gain insights. Sometimes, an outside perspective can shed light on your strengths and help you feel valued in new ways. Chapter 3. Empathy in Action. Turning undervaluation into opportunity. Now that you've begun to reclaim your value, it's time to turn that undervaluation into an opportunity for growth. Empathy plays a crucial role here. When you empathize with your team, you can better understand their perspectives. It's essential to recognize that they might be feeling undervalued too. Consider conducting one-on-one check-ins with your team members. Use these conversations to learn about their challenges and achievements. This not only shows that you care but can also uncover issues that need addressing. Research from the Harvard Business Review indicates that empathetic leaders foster better team performance. Next, create a safe space for open communication. Encourage team members to voice their opinions and feelings without fear of judgment. This can lead to constructive discussions and improved relationships. A survey by the Center for Creative Leadership found that leaders who encourage feedback are 90% more likely to foster a culture of collaboration. Training in emotional intelligence can also be beneficial. Emotional intelligence helps leaders understand their feelings and those of others. A study by TalentSmart revealed that 90% of top performers possess high emotional intelligence. This skill can transform how you relate to your team. Moreover, practice active listening. When your team speaks, give them your full attention. Nod, ask questions, and repeat back what you hear. This shows that you value their input. A simple phrase like, "I understand how you feel," can create a strong bond. Finally, celebrate empathy within your team. Share stories of how team members supported each other. Recognizing empathetic actions encourages a culture of support and appreciation. If you're finding these insights helpful, consider subscribing to our channel. We have more valuable content on leadership and personal growth coming your way. Chapter 4. The Feedback Loop. Harnessing constructive criticism. Feedback is like a compass for leaders. It guides you in the right direction. But how can you make feedback work for you, especially when you feel undervalued? First, establish a regular feedback routine. Schedule one-on-one meetings with your team members to discuss their views. This shows them that their opinions matter. According to a survey by OfficeVibe, 65% of employees say they want more feedback. Make it a two-way street. While you seek feedback, offer it as well. This can help create a culture where everyone feels comfortable sharing. Ken Blanchard once said, "Feedback is the fuel that drives improvement." It's essential for growth, not just for you, but for the entire team. When you receive feedback, stay open-minded. Try not to take it personally. Instead, view it as an opportunity to learn. A study from Harvard Business School found that leaders who seek feedback improve their effectiveness by 50%. That's a significant increase. Next, focus on actionable feedback. When asking for input, encourage your team to provide specific examples. Vague feedback can be confusing. Instead, ask questions like, "What can I do differently in our meetings?" This gives you clear areas to work on. After you receive feedback, show appreciation. A simple, "Thank you for your honesty," can go a long way. This encourages more open communication in the future. Remember, feedback should be seen as a partnership, not a critique. Finally, be proactive in implementing changes based on the feedback you receive. Share your progress with your team. Let them know how their input made a difference. This not only demonstrates your commitment to improvement but also reinforces their value in the process. Chapter 5. Building Bridges. Strengthening team relationships. Building strong relationships with your team is essential for effective leadership. So, how can you bridge the gap and foster connections? Start by prioritizing team-building activities. These don't have to be elaborate, even simple icebreakers can strengthen bonds. According to a study from the Institute for Corporate Productivity, companies with strong team cultures see 36% better performance. Be present and available. Make it a point to engage with your team regularly. A friendly chat over coffee can make a big difference. Research shows that leaders who spend time with their teams are viewed as more approachable, enhancing trust. Next, celebrate diversity. Each team member brings unique strengths to the table. By recognizing and valuing these differences, you create an inclusive environment. A report from Deloitte found that inclusive teams are 1.7 times more likely to be innovative and agile. Communication is key. Use various channels to keep the conversation flowing. Email updates, team chats, and face-to-face meetings can all contribute to a culture of openness. According to a survey by Salesforce, 86% of employees blame lack of collaboration for workplace failures. Encourage peer recognition. Create a platform where team members can shout out each other's achievements. This can be as simple as a dedicated Slack channel or a kudos board in the office. Recognizing one another boosts morale and fosters a supportive culture. Finally, conduct team assessments. Gather feedback on team dynamics to identify areas for improvement. Tools like 360-degree feedback can provide insights into how team members perceive each other. This process helps identify strengths and weaknesses, paving the way for stronger relationships. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights on leadership and personal growth. Your journey to becoming a more effective leader starts here.